What was it like working on Dallas? It was such an iconic show back in the '80s, and they brought it back. And you were a heavy in that movie, in that series.
He was a bad boy. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time doing it. You know, I got to work with some great people, and I actually had done. I used to do extra work on Dallas back in the original series.
Really?
I lived down in Austin, and I used to drive up from Austin and do background. And when I came back to do the new reincarnation of the show, or the new incarnation of the show, Linda Gray came up to me and she goes, "Oh, we're so happy to have you." And I said, "Honey, I used to stand behind you as an extra on this show 30 years ago."
That's way cool.
Oh my God!
It all comes back around.
Yeah, but I ended up, the first run of the show, I did 4 episodes with Larry. I think the last season, and so I got to work with him, and then, and then we lost him when we did the new series. But it was great being around him and just feeling his energy, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You've been attached to sci-fi quite a bit between Stargate and X-Files. Is that something you gravitated towards as an actor because you like the subject matter, or was it just really kind of whatever jobs?
I do like the subject matter. I am a sci-fi fan. I guess they look at me and they go, "Yeah, he's a sci-fi guy." So it's I tend to get hired for a lot of that for those type of projects, and it's fine with me because then I get to do all this stuff, which is really cool. Yeah.
Well, hey, it's been great talking to you. I want to take more of your time because we know you got people here, but it's fantastic talking to you, Mitch.
Thank you so much.
All right, y'all take care.
You too. Thank you.
Hey, everybody, this is Brandon Luna.
Randy Rankin.
And we're here with Charles Band, creator of Full Moon.
This is true. I created Full Moon.
You did. And I'll tell you what, I have a little bit of a story to tell. I worked for Blockbuster back in the day. I was at a screening of Dollman versus Demonic Toys with Tim Thomerson and you. And that you guys were gods to Blockbuster back in the day, man. I mean, you made movies that came out on the regular. People loved them. Did you know it was going to become this, after all that time?
Well, I'm not sure what this is. Here we are at the Texas Frightmare. It's kind of a bummer in that when Blockbuster and Hollywood and those big rental chains were alive and well, that was the way that people got to see my movies and other independent filmmakers. You would go to your local video store. There was the new Puppet Master, Demonic Toys, or Dollman, or Reanimator, or From Beyond, and blah, 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 blah. And that's how you discovered movies. Today, we don't have that anymore. So first, the rental stores are gone. So if you want to go back and work at your Blockbuster, it's gone, dude. Just so you know, there's no more Blockbuster. So it's really hard as a filmmaker to get the movies out to where people can all over the country see it on any given date. So that's why we started Full Moon Streaming, which is kind of a Netflix for lunatics, I think, in a weird way. And it's very cool. It's only $6 a month. It's fullmoonstreaming.com. And that way, all of our movies get released. And yes, you can eventually find them a month or two later on DVD, sometimes Blu-ray, at a convention. But unless you're going on Amazon, it's also hard for young filmmakers to sort of show their wares, because if you go on Amazon or eBay, you're looking for a title. The old days, like a few years ago, when you're at a video store, there was a whole shelf of new horror releases or sci-fi or whatever, and then you had a little bit of a chance to go, hey, that looks cool. You don't get that today, really. The technology, as good as it is, doesn't allow that. So we started Full Moon Streaming, and all our new releases hit there day one. So one of my crazy franchises is called Evil Bong.
Yes.
And we just made our 5th. So Evil Bong 4, I was clever enough to think of Evil Bong 420.
Yeah.
And Evil Bong 5 is Evil Bong High Five. And now we're making Evil Bong 666. But after that, I run out of good ideas. I don't know what to do with 7 or 8 or whatever.
7's kind of a
But
wholesome
that's kind of the way
number.
we do it today. But I'm glad that back in the day that we were cool at Blockbuster. And those were great days, And
That's how I got into horror films, was watching your stuff from Blockbuster.
Well, I would say, look at the people here. This is how everyone got into horror films. I mean, way back when there was no video, and I admit that I was there as a young kid, you had no chance. First there was no way to even figure out who made what unless you really were writing stuff down. The horror film would come out once every few months at your local drive-in, usually made by Roger Corman, and you would go to see it. Why? Because the poster was a lurid poster of some tentacle creature wrapping around some hot chick, and you go, my God, the movie was never that good, but let's go see that movie. But if you wanted to see any horror films that maybe you had heard about, there was no way, So the idea of someone at will being able to rent or buy any movie they wanted When that happened in the late 70s, I was the first guy there. I had a video company called Meta Home Entertainment. So I can actually lay claim that we were the first independent home video company on planet Earth. So there were two formats, VHS and Beta.
Right.
Beta died and VHS survived, and now VHS is gone, and DVD and all that's going to be gone. I mean, I hate to say it, 5 years from now, it's going to be, what are those things on that shelf all gathering dust?
Right.
Just like today, you look at VHS, it kind of looks like an antique. You know? It's like, that's weird. Did we actually do that? And did we get penalized when we didn't rewind the tape?
Right. Right.
So anyway, the point of all this is the world's changing. So yeah, so streaming's cool. The good thing about streaming is I'm able to put up like 1 million hours of behind-the-scene footage. That was the first guy out there doing the video zone, you know, how the movie was made. And that was at the end of a VHS. You had to know it was there and wind down. And that became sort of the norm for DVDs. But now I'm able to put up, if you subscribe to the site, you go to all the different trays that show old video zones, you know, uncut footage. I mean, because, you know, for every behind-the-scenes we shot of Puppet Master that was edited down to 10 minutes, it was probably 5 hours of material.
Wow.
Raw, and I put all that up, all the raw footage.
That's
so
awesome.
if you're a real fan of any of these franchises, you go there and you can see stuff no one's ever seen before. Now some of them may be boring, I don't know, but it's kind of fun to see.
Right.
You know,
It's
what
cool
was
to have
going
access
on.
to that as
to
a
have
fan,
access,
you know?
right,
Yeah.
as a fan. So.
Yeah.
And
full
what is that
streaming
website?
and,
Okay, full moon streaming.
Now, is she shooting this, or is this?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was like, okay, wow, what a. So you guys, you have to explain why you both have the same shirt on. I think that's hilarious.
A buddy of mine did this movie, Circus of the Dead.
Okay.
And we each bought a shirt yesterday, and I guess we both accidentally wore it at the same time.
Yeah.
Imagine our embarrassment.
He's actually over in the other booth, the other side over there. So, yeah.
Cool. So anyway, this is a great show, and we're screening a movie today called Trophy Heads, which is about an insane fan for Scream Queens, and the only way he can think of preserving their fame, because they're kind of being lost and forgotten, is to cut their heads off, of course, put them on a wall, then the heads start talking to them.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's an awesome, it's 4 o'clock in the main room,
Yeah.
and maybe better than the movies, I'm giving out free beer.
Yeah.
Even better.
We sat right next to you last year when we did the Gingerbread Man versus.
Oh,
Evil
right.
Bomb. Yeah, it was
Oh, that's
fantastic.
great.
Hilarious.
So come
Hilarious.
today at 4.
Okay. We'll do,
All right,
we'll do
dudes.
it.
Good talking to you.
This is Brandon Luna,
Randy Rankin.
and this is Brooke Theiss.
Hello.
And you might know her from Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Very famous for that, but she's done so much more. So, Nightmare on Elm Street 4 was your second movie.
Yes, that's right. It was my second movie, and my first one was Little Nikita with River Phoenix.
Yeah. And so, how do you go from like that, which is a regular movie, to something like
Yes.
this, which is like major special effects and stuff? Was it a shock?
You know, I don't think I really knew what I was in for. I mean, I knew all about the film because of Heather and JoJo, but and you kind of reach your part. I turn into a cockroach, but you don't really, before you do a horror film, you don't really know what's quite involved, which is probably for the better.
Are you a fan of horror films?
I'm a huge fan of horror film. I love scary movies, and I grew up with a brother who was 4 years older, and he had all the Fangoria. I guess it would have been Fangoria then, but he had all the books.
Monster magazine and whatever.
Magazines, yeah. And I remember I'd go through them. I was like, "Gee, this is creepy." You know, he'd have like, you know, Bride of Frankenstein. I remember so many of those classic horror films that he had the books of, and that's probably why I liked it so much. And I love to get scared and really know that I'm not going to die.
You've got a wide variety of work. I mean, did a lot of television, like Boy Meets World and stuff like that. What was it? Did you skew away from the horror genre after this movie, or was it just something that you just kind of went wherever the work was?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. I kind of just fell into the television, and then that just kind of went on a roll, and so I just went with it. But honestly, I'd love to do another horror film. I really, really would. It's the one genre that I love, and I would love to do it again. Right. Yeah, and so I had so much fun shooting it. As hard as it was probably the most physically challenging work I'd ever done, because there was so many steps, so many moving parts to that whole death scene.
Yeah. How long did that take? I mean, how long were you?
It was about a 3-week process.
3 weeks for that one scene.
Yeah, for that one scene. Now we didn't shoot for a solid 3 weeks, but if I had to put together the body casting to then the arms and all of that makeup to the box, and not to the box, that was to the roach costume. I'm in that costume. All of those pieces put together, I would say about 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, total transformation though, you weren't in that thing, and you were just with the arms and stuff,
yeah,
right?
so like it was almost like, I think that was a couple of days, a day or two in that room, and then that was a couple of days running down the hall, and then in that room, and then getting into the bug suit and stuff. We shot that in like a 18-hour.
Wow.
You know, I was that was like literally 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were shooting that.
Poor thing.
So how many
Wow.
total hours in the bug suit? You think?
God, whew, I would have to
Yeah.
calculate it
Yeah.
really. I don't know off the top of my head, but
What would it be like an all day?
yeah, maybe 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was like we shot that forever. And I know they were trying to get it in the can, and they were trying to get it,
Yeah.
done. But certain things, then like I was in that box, because that's all my head. My only is my head, is my body part. I was in that box just waiting for 5 hours.
Did you have to do the gross stuff with the thing, or was that a stunt woman?
No, that was me. That was all me. Yeah.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah. I know everybody asked that. So that was mostly filling what jelly donut filling is made out of.
Okay, we just out the color, so.
They're like, it's fine, you can eat it. We just don't want you to inhale it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try not to.
How bizarre! How bizarre!
Oh, it's crazy.
So beyond the Nightmare on Elm Street thing, obviously, what has been your favorite project to work on? Like, you have a passion project that you were just so happy to work on?
Gosh, the funny thing is like my earlier stuff, just the 10 of us, is so near and dear to my heart. I literally am still very close to all the girls. Deborah Harmon, who played my mom, is truly like my second mom. Joanne Willette and I text weekly. I see Heather all the time. Bill Kirkenbauer, I message all the time on Facebook. So that's like a really extended family of mine. And the producers and the writers I'm still friends with.
Yeah.
So that's very near and dear to my heart. And that was like one of my very first big projects. And then, of course, The Nightmare has been such an amazing part of a franchise to be a part of. I mean,
Right.
I just got so lucky, So the fact that that was early on in my career, who knew? I didn't know.
Right.
And I look back now and I go, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool franchise to have my name on.
Absolutely.
And I'm very proud.
Yeah,
of
definitely,
that.
definitely.
Very proud of that. I didn't do anything. I just auditioned and I got the part and have to have a really awesome death scene.
No kidding, no
That's
kidding.
what you want.
Yeah, right.
That's definitely what you want.
And I get to be an action figure.
Even better.
Yeah, my best friend's son, who's like a teenager, he goes, "Mom, Brooke's an action figure. She's made it."
Nice.
Like laughing so hard. I was like, "Yep."
That's awesome.
That's
That's
the
awesome.
definition.
That's so great.
Well, thank you so much for your
You're
time.
welcome.
It
Nice
was
to
so
meet
great
you.
talking
Thank
to
you
you.
so much.
Absolutely. Nice to meet you both.
Have a great rest of the show.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Randy Rankin.
And I'm Brandon Luna.
We are here with the Circus of the Dead folks, Rusty Edwards,
Billy Pond.
Billy Pond. Billy and I go way back. Rusty big timed me yesterday, even though I had lunch with him 6 weeks ago, and he just already forgot about me. But that's okay.
I'm lucky to remember my own name most days.
I hear you. Well, we're here with
The
some good
creators.
news. You've got a new version. You've re-edited.
Yeah, me and Rusty are getting married.
Yeah,
Good.
This is
Okay,
the
about
first time
time.
we've heard of this.
finally.
I'm expecting, if you can't
So-
tell, so it's a shotgun wedding.
Me too, me
Shotgun
too.
wedding.
Having a beer baby.
What are we talking? We talking about distribution?
Well, the
What's the good
editing.
news?
You know where we're at with the editing.
Well, the
distribution.
movie's getting ready to come out. We found a company that we really like, and I think we're going to ink the deal any day now, and it should be about 3 months until it's out everywhere.
Nice. That's great.
That's excellent, excellent.
And how much did you actually cut out from the original version that we saw?
I'm thinking it's like a little over 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
Gotcha.
But it moves a lot better. I'm glad we did. Ever since we did that, we've won about a dozen Best Feature awards. So,
Oh,
I mean, I
nice.
think it's a very good edit. So.
Congratulations.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Congratulations.
Well, we saw the unrevised version last year at the Texas Frightmare weekend. My daughter's first time seeing it, and I think she was 16 at the time. Scarred for life.
Yes.
So you guys did a good job.
That's good
That's
parenting.
good. It's good for birth control with young kids when they watch Circus of the Dead, so it works out pretty good.
So what's going on with the sequel / prequel? I think the name's changed. It was Mr. Fister.
No, the prequel was Doll Boy. The sequel will be Circus of the Dead 2. I got a good script, but I don't know if that'll be my next movie or not yet. It might be, it might not be. I got something else up my sleeve. Kind of whatever my heart takes me at that given time is what I'll do.
All right.
So, Rusty, what are you working on right now?
Just trying to stay awake, and I just
makes it tough.
Yeah. No. I just do whatever Billy tells me to do. So.
He'll be in a movie I'm producing called Men in Back.
Yes.
Men in Back.
I don't want to know the plot line to
Yeah,
that, but
I
I can
don't
only
either.
imagine what that's
I
going to be
don't
like.
either.
Yeah.
So, did you ever want to act, or was this just Billy dragged you into this?
No, it's just my gruesome looks finally pay off finally, you know. So, no, I didn't think I was going to be an actor or anything like that, but Billy just wanted me to be one of his clowns because of my fantastic features. And he just said, you know, the character's kind of like you, just kind of be yourself, and I'll help you with whatever else you need. So that's kind of worked out.
Did you know when you were eating lunch with this guy in high school that you're going to be making movies?
With Randy, I knew I probably wanted to. I probably wanted to be a rock star first.
Yeah.
Probably
I
secondly.
want to be a rock star. I want to be a baseball player.
And since there's already one Meatloaf, I didn't figure there could be two, so I just decided to make movies.
Well, let's talk about your band a little bit.
Well, we got the Billy Hendrix Experiment. Roy Shuck's out here somewhere, actually. We do that a lot, but now we're working on one called Van Walen. It's going to be the world's fattest Van Halen tribute band.
Awesome. Awesome.
Van Walen. Awesome.
Van Walen, yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for giving us some time today, and we're going to smoke your first cigar later?
Yeah,
right?
later. Yeah, we're going to get it on camera or something.
Hell yeah, we are.
That'd
We
be
are going
fun.
to take it.
We're here with the writer and director of Circus of the Dead, Mr. Billy Pine.
What up, yo? We're going to smoke some cigars here. I've never done it, and I'm scared. Am I going to be all right?
You'll be fine. We'll hold your hand. Okay, all right. And we have, I forgot your name, I'm sorry.
Mariah Monroe.
Mariah Monroe. And of course,
Rusty Edwards.
Mr. Blister. Almost. Yeah, I was getting ready to get to that. And your name is?
David Chacon.
David plays Big Joe.
David plays Big Joe. Okay, great. So we have a lot of the Circus of the Dead people here. Billy and I have known each other more years than I care to admit. And he's never smoked a cigar, so here we go. I picked for him a nice, mild Dunhill Aged. It's a Dominican Connecticut wrapper. And to me, it is the best tasting Connecticut around. I've loved that cigar for years. It's very smooth, very creamy. You'll pick up hints of...
Creamy, like gravy?
No, not that kind of creamy. More like a buttery cream. Yeah.
Baby butter.
And you probably can taste some of that. You're doing the cold draw. What do you think?
It's pretty nice. It's pretty good.
Okay, you picking up some of that cream and yeah. Okay, well, you try it now. That's called the cold draw. Just kind of roll it around in your mouth.
Yeah, just put it in your mouth and suck it.
That's what she said. Don't act like you ain't never heard that.
Waiting for that. Someone had to say it.
Yeah, it tastes nothing like gravy.
No, it doesn't taste anything like gravy. Okay, so Brandon's going to hold the microphone. Or are you going to light him? Are you going to light him? Okay.
So lean in, just puff in, but don't inhale.
Just
puff.
Just
No,
Little puffs. Little puffs.
like-
Like this. Watch.
pull it into your mouth and blow it right back out.
Is that even
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't inhale.
So he's just blowing it right back out.
Okay. So this could be bad, huh?
Yeah.
You do not want to inhale.
Do not inhale.
were having me smoke.
Roll it around. Yep. Roll it around.
Oh, Billy.
Pull a little harder than that.
Act like you want it.
Take it. Make it your bitch. All right.
We have children around us. Good Lord. Good Lord. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and light mine.
So you don't inhale?
No, you don't inhale. You just
Go
put it in
for
your
the
mouth.
Pete, do not inhale.
You can blow it out your nose, but don't take it in the lungs.
Take it down in.
Yeah, don't take it in the lungs because it'll make it cough and
take it
probably puke.
What happens if you inhale?
When you inhale a cigar, you get nothing good from it. You get nothing special from the cigar. You get nothing except for it hurts your lungs.
Oh no, we don't want to hurt those.
No, and you'll
You only
cough.
get one set, right?
You will cough, and if you're worried about the vomiting, that's when it'll vomit. Is if you start inhaling that thing.
And that's it?
That's it. So here we are. We're at Texas Frightmare. We're at Texas Frightmare weekend. Mariah's smoked cigars before, apparently. Nice. Good
On
job.
film.
On film, even. All right. Good deal. So how's everybody's day here at Frightmare today?
Fantastic.
Okay, good.
I had a great time. Met a lot of people. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Well, y'all asked me some questions about filmmaking. What do you want to know?
We are. Okay, so when you make a film, how do you do it?
Very, very, very carefully. When you do it, you probably just start out with like making a short or something, or even a fake trailer.
Right.
I gave a class today about doing film with Chuck Norfolk and Courtney Sandiford, and that's what they're saying. Is we were saying, you start out small, maybe with the short or something before you go after a feature,
Right.
just to kind of get your feet wet, so to speak. You know.
Now, when you
And then-
write, do you outline?
I do outline, but you'd start it off with just a sentence.
Okay.
You know, you need to tell your sentence, or at least like a paragraph or something, what your story's about.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just basically make it bigger. But what I like doing is come up with a really, really good ending. Once you get a good ending, then I like to wrap backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's cool. So have you ever shot on film, or has it always been video for you?
It's always been video, but I'm going to shoot on film someday. I know James Bickert did it. He just did it with Frankenstein Created Bikers, and I was very jealous. Even though he said it was very expensive, it looks like something fun to do.
We do 16 or?
I'm not sure what he did on that,
Okay.
because I'm really bad when it comes to that. I just barely learned the digital stuff, so yeah.
What did you guys shoot Circus of the Dead on? Was that on Red or?
No, we actually shot it on a Canon C300.
Really?
Yeah, it's a nice camera, but we had some Zeiss lenses. Our cinematographer, Gabe Ramirez, picked those out and stuff like that. But those lenses were hellaciously cool.
So you were shooting, a lot of the shots really beautiful. I mean, you had some good depth of field to it. So you were shooting with like fixed 70s and stuff like that, or?
Yes, I think we did. I can't tell you exact sizes, but we had like a wide tot and a medium. So, and that's what we did. So.
Yeah, the movie looked great. I mean, it has a fantastic look to it. Cinematographer's incredible.
No, go back. That's how you're supposed to smoke a cigar right there.
Yep. He's just kind of chillifying.
In a fedora, legs crossed, chilling out by the pool. That is cigar smoking 101. Okay, so is it an unpleasant experience? Is it pleasant?
It's not unpleasant. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it pleasant. It's no cheeseburger, but
Okay.
but I mean, I don't have any.
It lasts longer than a cheeseburger.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it where you got friends and stuff around and stuff like that. Friends and then Rusty, and it's okay. Yeah, it's all right.
Good deal. Good deal. Okay, so I know because you and I used to sit and talk lunch about horror movies. So other than Texas Chainsaw, which is a given, what are some of the ones that really got you motivated to get in the horror genre?
I guess it kind of come from, when we grew up, there's a whole VHS revolution, you know what I mean? And you'd go into the video store. My mom didn't kind of care what I rented, so I just rent the coolest, scariest covers you ever see, and it just made me kind of start liking that. And then haunted houses were kind of cool, and that was a way to get into that. And then knowing to do that, I knew someday I was going to do horror movies because of that. So that's what my goal from a little kid, is just wanting to make movies someday. Is what I've always wanted to do.
That's cool. Rusty, what kind of movies do you like?
I was. Yes, mostly. No, I
Best Friend's Wedding.
yes. No, mostly I grew up liking sci-fi and fantasy and that sort of thing, and that's still my big thing.
That is pretty gay, I'll admit.
Yes. I only had like a handful of horror movies that I watched that growing up, but and that's kind of funny now that I'm in them. So people ask me about that, and I'm like, I have to think about it. So, but some people consider some things like, I mean, for me, there's things that crossed over like Alien and stuff like that, and Jaws and things like that. I watched those and the Exorcist and things like that. So.
Well, my parents took me to see Texas Chainsaw when I was 4. I call that great parenting. Well, my mom took us. And Brandon's doing the same thing with his daughter. He's got her into the horror genre real early. Any chance that there was ever a moment where you were thinking, is this too soon or what?
No, I think as long as they know it's fake and they know what they're getting into and it's make believe and they understand that cinema is a way to escapism, then I think you're fine.
Gotcha.
I'll be honestly, like, from what I know about Brandon and his daughter, she's way more mature already than he is.
No doubt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not
That's
judging,
that's
but,
that's. So, you're into acting? You just do this for fun?
I'm into actors.
Oh, jeez! Wow. I wasn't expecting her to go there, but okay.
Big Joe's an actor, but he's not famous.
But does that count if it's Rusty?
It counts enough.
Okay,
Counts
good.
for me.
Okay, good. All right.
She has low standards. You didn't tell me she was blind.
Yeah, she is blind. That's right.
I saw that. They had the.
Okay. I think we're all kind of. We'll have kind of bad taste if we're all hanging around with each other right now, right?
Yeah, all you guys hanging around with you, you're all going to hell.
I'm sure. If we're not already there. We're not already there. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up. This was fun. You're not getting sick, so that's kind of. So we're good. Final thoughts on your first cigar experience?
It's fun. I like hanging around and doing it. It'd be good to do it at night. I'd like to see the glow. Is that kind of weird? But that'd be kind of fun.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be all right. But I think it's just about getting together with good friends and, shooting the shit.
Sounds good. That's what it's all about. Mariah, Rusty, Brandon, Sydney. I don't know her name.
That's Melissa, my producer.
I'm Melissa, his producer. Dave, Billy, thank you so much. And we will see you next time. Peace.